is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four and nothing more. Andy, it's a new day. We are in music, man, and I am going to have to bid our friends adieu over at video games, but we do have some video game content coming this way. We actually have 3 music video game mashups, collaborations coming up, and man, it's music month or 2 months, and this is one of your favorites. So what do you say about that? As you come in, say hello. Say hello.
Yeah, look, hey, real quick, we got a couple people in here. We got Girl Dad, believe it or not, is actually here. Barry is here. Isaac in the house.
Amy and Javi are in here.
We got
PNX World, baby.
We got Keith from Vintage.
Keith
PNX
is in the house.
World. And our good buddy, Bryce J.W. also
Bryce J.W. What's
Welcome,
up,
people.
Man? So, hey, look, we are fashionably late. We'll have an encore later. 9 folks in the chat. Say hello. This is like a concert. Musicians are late. Yeah, there you are. Hey, man, I just want to say how amazing it's been for video games. So, doing these conventions and things, we have run into a lot of amazing creators. And if we did video games all the time, I really believe we would probably have a really high, steady stream. What's up, PJ Dunn? Man, I'm ready to be on that show again. That's what I'm ready to be, and have you guys over here. But I think we would be really awesome at video games. We might run out of content eventually, but we have a great group of friends, and hopefully they'll follow us along over down the road into some of these other spaces and see that we have a lot of fun all over the place at work. But hellos to DJ Wise. That's James. What's up, man? Barry in the house. Yep. And so I'm excited about where we're going because we were just talking, Andy. Do you know we are right at a little less than 200 hours away? Ethan in the house. That is my daughter and her boyfriend. So welcome, Ethan and McKenna. So yeah, man. So Fat Boys in the house. We are less than 200 hours away from the big deal. Oh yeah, there's 14 in here. Everybody go hit the like button. Make sure we get that like. We're going to try and break records tonight. 41 in the live is the record. And we're going to try and bust that tonight.
Hey, real quick, Barry, we're going to talk about beans at halftime, okay? So I'll tell you.
What about your beans? And yep, beans are at halftime. And we're going to talk about some of these books right here, too, at halftime. And I forgot to bring you your book, Andy. And I forgot to leave your beautiful daughter her package that I had from
I forgot about that.
Jessica. I forgot that, too. It was in my bag. But I did get my pops. They're up here, and
nice.
We're ready to roll. So,
yeah, man. I'm super stoked about this. We've talked about it the couple weeks leading up to this month. I love video games. Obviously, play them and enjoy the nostalgia trip that they bring. But this is business when we get to music for me personally. This is where I absolutely nerd out more than anything, and I get, honestly, I probably am more excited about music series than I am any other series that we do. I love all of it, but it's gonna get for real. I played music. I played in bands for 10 plus years. Almost 20. And it's my wheelhouse there for sure. So I'm excited about tonight. We're gonna get it kicked off in just an amazing way. So Kirk, what is tonight all about? For those that can't read the description.
So yeah, let's talk about it. Guitarists. We have done top 4 guitarists of all time. We've done top 4. We built the ensemble of a 4-piece band, right? And we've done different parts of bands. We've done different genres. Tonight we're bringing on our good buddy Shaun. Shaun has chosen. He has thrown down the gauntlet and said, "Let's chat guitar solos." And it's Thursday night, so you know what that means. It's time to do our Rushmores. And, man, I love this guitar solo. I had so much fun kind of researching and going back. Man, it's going to be fun. There are so many good ones. But here, look, here's a hot take. We have I'll show it at the halftime. I'll show our what's coming up. But we're doing ladies of the 80s. We're doing Mario games music, boss music, guitar duos, and man, on my journey home to from Louisiana, I was researching, man. I was having a blast. My kids were getting a little irritated. Like, can we just listen to regular music? But man, it's gonna be fun. Hey, but before we lose everybody, we got 16 people. Let's jump into this thing and do some and get our guest out here. I really want to promote his show. He has got a very fun show. So let's get Shaun on out of here. It is time to do our Rushmore of. Let me find the video. Scrolling down. There it is. Rushmore of guitar solos. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Like guitar solo. So look, couple months ago, just bebopping around, hanging out with Bert, I believe. I kind of come across a couple channels, and I land into this really fun retro channel called Real Life Perspective. And man, he's got a fun channel over there. He plays games, a lot of retro things, card ripping, pack ripping, and then he introduces us to our friends over at Vintage Sports. Let's get him out here. Welcome to the show, Real Life Perspective host Shaun in the 3D glasses. What's up, my friend?
Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Kirk and Andy, for that, for opening up. You know, because I'm headlining tonight, so I appreciate you. I appreciate the opening show, man. So that was a fantastic show. Hey, but but thank you guys for having me on tonight. Looking forward to being here. Looking forward to being here. I am here. I am.
You are here.
I'm looking forward to this tonight, man. It's been a long week so far, but I'm excited for this. I've been doing some rabbit hole stuff myself, as we chatted before offline about guitar solos and things like that. Andy knows this, and Kirk knows this. I'm a musician. Andy's a musician. Kirk, are you a musician too?
I like to listen to music.
So you play the radio?
I like to play on the counter with my wife and tick her off. Something like that. Yeah.
I hear you.
I'm not a musician. I can barely memorize the lines. Is the problem. So there's that. I definitely need a karaoke scroll at all times. Yeah. So hello. Wait, I do want to shout out someone in the chat. First off, Presto, welcome. But I do want to say hello to Micah. Micah and I connected over social media, and he does some things similar to us and was wanting to come and be a guest. So Micah, welcome to the show. And man, if you still want to jump in, let us know. Blix Cards in the house. Get that thing up going. Yeah, he is a listenician, I guess. Yeah. So, hey, like Shaun, before everybody runs out of here when we get boring and I start talking, tell everybody about your cool show and what you do over there and why they should come and follow.
So I'm across the board, man. 2025 is basically, my channel has turned into a card ripping channel. My first 2 years of doing the Real Life Perspective show, I was everywhere, going all over the state of Texas to a bunch of Comic Cons and trying to meet celebrities and interview celebrities and all that fun stuff. So I worked really, really hard on making all those videos. Me and my buddy did some real barbecue adventures where we blended pop culture and barbecue. Trumpet Master 77, shout out. If you're out
we got to get him on there too. Hopefully next time we swing around food.
Yeah, so I mean, but it's just a fun time. There's just nostalgia, 80s and 90s stuff for the most part, in early 2000s. Anything that brings you joy, that brings that inner child back out, and just has you reliving and giving those goosebumps of those good times of growing up, and that's what my channel is all about, man.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I love your show. I love watching also. Because you're across the board as far as YouTube, Instagram, you're posting all over those places. But man, the shorts that you put out, they're just quick ones with your kids, like in ripping the cards. That's like some of my favorite. To hear their little comments off the side is This is my favorite by far.
Absolutely. It's been the best project bringing them into it. You know, I don't post like photos of my kids on the internet or anything, but it's just enough to have their voices and they can be a part of this with me. And they love going back and rewatching it. They tell their friends at school and things like that. So everything on my channel is pretty much family friendly. So great for all ages if you're into all that kind of fun stuff. So
except for that one time you had that one guy, I was dying laughing. My goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
yeah,
that's okay. That's okay. I think it was actually. I think he was on either the week before we were on or the week after, and I just so happened to be watching him. I was like, "Whoa, what is going on?" Oh my god!
And that's the thing, you know. I don't know anybody. I after that episode, I will say this. I did started doing a little bit more research on who I invite onto the show.
Do some vetting.
Yeah, I just saw
we're up to 19. We're up to 19 people in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like. We're starting this show out right. And so this is the Rushmore show. And let me just kind of give you guys a rundown because you might be showing up for the first time because it's music. I see some new friends and new faces in the chat. And I just want to say hello and welcome to the Summit Squad and tell you a little bit about what we do. We are the Rushmore show, and we rank your top 4 like the mountain, right? And so we go 4, 3, 2, 1, and we want you guys to take that with us. You're now a part of the Summit Squad. That means it is time to put your list together, and it don't take really hard. You can Google it, you can AI it, you can go to your CD case and pull it out. You can figure out the top 4 guitar solos of all time. Now, here's the big deal. Each one of you should have probably some kind of criteria in what you were doing because criteria is important because what we think is the Rushmore is very personal. The Rushmore is your personal top 4, not everybody's top 4. If we're going to say everybody's top 4, this thing would be pretty boring because we'd all say probably the same 4 or 5, bar none. We would research it. We'd find out what everybody thinks. We would tell you but this is our top 4, and it usually means where you've grown up, what era you grew up in, what type of music you like, and anything and the like. So what we do is we kind of explain our criteria and what we were thinking, and then we give you our top 4. I love to say this. If you're talking about football, many people right now currently say Tom Brady is the GOAT. And, I mean, I have my own opinions, but not just because I'm a Chiefs fan, because I'm a Saints fan. And so being a Saints fan, it is really hard to like Tom Brady as Drew Brees ran that gauntlet with him. And if you were from New York, right, either the Jets or the Giants, your Giants beat them twice. If you like the Jets, you hardly ever won. You're probably not putting that guy on your mountain. So there are ways to get the actual best in the world off because that's just not something you're into. So with that being said, Shaun, we start 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to go first. I'm second today, and Andy is third. What was your criteria when you were thinking about guitar solos? And we'll jump into this thing.
So obviously, just for me, I play everything by ear. I tried to learn to read music when I was in middle school, and I was in band. I played cornet in 6th grade, and then switched over to percussion in 7th grade because those who can't play trumpet, cornet, or clarinets always switch over and start off on the bass drum. That's what we do. And but it worked out great. I was high school drumline, and right after I graduated is when drumline came out. So that's when drums became cool, But as far as the criteria for tonight, everything was I was listening to the radio, sitting in my room, just jamming out, trying to figure it out and play it all by ear. I'll never forget the first song I learned by ear. It was Brain Stew by Green Day.
Nice.
And it was just, it's similar to the old Chicago song. It's done up. So, and I know that was easy enough to figure it out. And so I just started, and then I was also in my youth group in junior high all through high school. And so we were always learning modern Christian tunes for worship songs for the time. At the time, I think there was, who was out there? I don't even remember what bands there were. I mean, like Orange County, we were jamming at the Orange County Supertones and
Nice.
MXPX and all those kind of guys. But as far as like, we were always up on stage playing songs and everything, and then we were trying to do our own thing on the side, our own rock band. And I remember listening to like Foo Fighters, trying to figure out what was that tuning for Everlong. I could never figure it out. I was like, what is he doing? And then finally I had to go to my local guitar shop and find the tablature, and I finally realized, oh, he's in drop D, and all that kind of fun stuff. But it's all about nostalgia for me, and figuring out what one of these is just going to be for the people. It's a patriot thing. It's just a song for the people, and then the rest of them you'll see along the lines. It's
just a couple things real quick. Keith agrees and says that dude was a wacko, and Poetically Christian Derek is bringing in some heat right here. Dave Mustaine, Zach Wild, Santana,
and Slash. You see that with Slash? He put the symbol.
Oh yeah, Slash. That's great. That's great.
I was like, "Where's this fourth one?" Oh wait,
yeah.
Slash. Great list, Derek.
But you guys
Kevin,
oh, go ahead.
Anything Dimebag Darrell better be mentioned tonight. Hang on to your seatbelt, Kevin. Yeah, hang on to your seatbelt, because I can tell you, Andy's a big fan. I would guess something, maybe. I'm a 90s kid. I would have to include somehow Scar Tissue and Smell Like Teen Spirit solo. Maybe. All right, so let's get into this, man. Let's jump into this thing. That's a good criteria. I love that. I can tell you, I cannot play one lick of anything. Nothing. But so that won't be my criteria, but I'm glad it's yours. What is your first pick?
Well, first of all, I know I'm already going to lose the voting battle after this, because I wasn't expecting a bunch of shredders going to be in the chat tonight, man. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of like shredders. I mean, of course, I listen to Eddie Van Halen and all that stuff, but to me, it wasn't like, I don't know. That's cool. It's talent and everything, but I was more about feeling the music. I couldn't really feel, okay. I digress. There's nothing wrong with shredders. But I can already tell you, nobody's going to like my list tonight.
The Ninja Turtles don't like Shredder. The Ninja Turtles don't
That's
like
right.
Jessica.
That's right.
Wait, hold on a second. I have to address this. Jessica's in the chat. Jessica. Oh, my goodness. I went all the way home with that bag, and then I brought it all the way back this weekend, and I came all the way back with it. I still have Andy's beautiful daughter's little bag that you gave me, and I am so sorry. I will bring it for STTC, which we'll talk about that later. Anyways, let's get into it.
All right, so for me personally, I like solos that tell a story, and I feel that I'm going to go, this one's for the people, my number 4. I'm just going to go ahead and bring this one out. I'm going to go with the Jimi Hendrix Woodstock Star Spangled Banner.
Wow, nice.
Patriotic, America.
That's great. That is fantastic. I mean, because the whole song is a solo basically here. So that is a cool pick, which is funny because I was sitting next to Andy the other day, and I'll get into it with my criteria, but I mentioned Jimmy, and a couple of his other songs came up, and I said, no, there's one for sure that I would probably pull over those, and it would be the Star Spangled Banner. This is probably 5 or 6 for me. I mean, it's in the top half of my Benjamins that you're stealing. So yeah, good pick.
You surprised me with this pick. Not that it's a bad, it's a great pick. I mean, obviously, but I don't know why, like, my mind didn't even register this one when I was thinking about my list. I thought of other Jimmy songs, right? But like ones that maybe, again, I'm not going to say them now because they may be mentioned later. It is, but there's a lot of, and look, see, somebody said Voodoo Child, All Along the Watchtower. Well, let's just say them now, right? I mean, like some of these ones, but this is really good. So this isn't even on my list at all, which is good because all my Benjamins are still intact, which,
nice.
I
tried to pick some obscurity ones, man, that I think I'm hoping none of us will overlap, and I don't think we will because I got some really interesting ones.
So I really do love this pick. It was definitely thought of, and I'll explain it on mine. This is a fantastic pick. I'm all about it. Micah Yacht says Aerosmith, Dream On, Guns N' Roses, November Rain, Freebird, Thunderstruck. But I'm loving this Go-Go Power Rangers thing. I'm a 90s kid.
Oh, yeah.
Poetically Christian says, I went 90s. Yeah, Nirvana, Alice in Chains would definitely rake the list. Best guitar solo ever. Okay, yeah.
I would
this
say,
is a
so
big-
real quick, Jimi Hendrix, was he one of the guys in the 27 Club?
Yeah.
Is he one of the guys who died at
I think so.
27? You know,
Yeah.
you've heard of that, right? Like all of these famous artists that died
Kurt
at
Cobain,
27.
Janis Joplin,
Otis Redding
Jimi
was
Hendrix,
27.
Otis Redding. They all
Otis
died
Redding
at 27.
sounded like he was
too soon.
72.
Yeah.
Like Otis Redding is the craziest one to me, and Jimmy's up there too. But the amount of songs that they had by the time they were 27 is just insane. You know. So anyway, I think what's her name? They try to make her go to rehab. What's her name?
Janis Joplin?
No, it's a newer one.
Yeah. Winehouse. Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse. Wasn't she in the 27? Like, there's a lot of them.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Jimmy died at 27. So did Jim Morrison. Yeah, there you go.
Jim Morrison's another one.
Yeah.
The Doors.
Doors. All right. Well, look, this is
You're not
a
a Doors
solid
fan
start.
at all,
Way
Andy,
to
I know
start
that.
this one, Sean. This is a good list. I like where we're already.
Every time
going.
I hear the Doors, I immediately think of a Vietnam movie.
Forrest Gump.
Like every Vietnam movie known to man uses a Doors song in the soundtrack. I just feel it. I just have random read. So
CCR too. Yeah.
Kevin dropped his. So random reads here. There's no such thing as the best or greatest in art. We all call them favorites. Well, yeah. So that's why we say the top four. The best is just out there to let people know what we're doing. So 1,000 master guitar players. Yeah, I totally agree.
I will say this too, just to that point.
Now has the Doors. Yes.
Just to that point, real quick. If you want to find a website or an article that's going to be the worst list, although it says it's the best, always go to Rolling Stone. They're horrible. Have you seen? Like, I feel like they're trolling people. They came out with a list recently that was like 100 greatest songs of all time or something, and like. Just go look at it. Just go look at the Rolling Stone lists for anything that's ranking anything music, and it's insane how bad it is. All right. Okay. So we are now. That's a good way to start a mountain. Kirk. Now that it's Music Month, I go last in line. So that means Kirk, you're up next.
So I'm gonna go with this. So 1, band I listened to, criteria. 2, I want it to be able to not really have to go look it up. Like it had to be a solo enough to where if I was sat and you told me the song and I go, oh yeah, it's got a solo. That thing is just as iconic as the whole song. We had mentioned it when I talked with you, Andy, and I kind of was like, a lot of good solos are actually intros. I didn't pick any intros. These are all something that changed the time set of what we were doing, and then it took over and then brought us back into the regular song. So it's just kind of a session that has been brought out. One of the questions I asked is like, what I noticed is most solos aren't just guitar. So a lot of times like a drum solo is just drums. So there's a whole lot of other things, but and you kind of said it best, Andy, and I'm sure you're going to say it again, but almost as if the guitar is the vocalist. And so the guitar is the one singing. And that's kind of where I went. My first one is, it's very iconic. None of mine, all of mine but one is almost every list out there. I loved most of the lists I found. I just found that they were in the wrong order. This particular one of the lists I found, it was at like 23. And I was like, I don't know 22 better songs. I just better solos. I mean, that was crazy. But I'm going back. Let me give you some little tidbits. 1973, Leonard Skinner, bro. Freebird.
Wow.
And done by Alan Collins and Gary Rossington. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. This song is long. And when that part hits, just the harmonies, all the things going on, when he's hitting that whammy bar, I I just love it, man. I sit back and I'm like, it's a whole nother song, and we could. There's a risk when you play music that we will get something, but this is we'll play a little bit right here.
It's like so low.
So I won't play much more than that, but that right there to me is the greatest foundation for my solos tonight. So I'm going Freebird.
Yeah. I mean, at a Rosie.
At a Rosie.
I took one of my Benjamins, though, which is crazy because
I mean, here's the thing. It was at 23 in one of the lists.
Crazy.
23
greatest guitar solo or just
guitar solo? 23. And I listened to it and I loved almost every one of the rest of the ones. But at 23, I was like, come on.
Yeah.
I agree with this. This is a great pick, man. We actually brought out our old record player, and before I even heard the album version, my dad gave me the live version. Have you ever heard the live version? It's like 13 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song. Great. Forrest Gump, obviously. Everybody thinks of Forrest Gump when they think of it. But awesome pick. Yeah, Freebird's amazing guitar solo.
So this is another one too that's like I've seen memes online where it's like extreme sports. What all can you get done during the length of the guitar solo in Freebird?
Thanks, Bryce.
You could have all kinds of stuff in there.
Hey. So look. I was talking when all this went down, so I just want to shout out a couple people. Charleston Man 5, and scrolling on down.
Mambo number 5,
Mambo number 5, Palpatine, Sidious, all these guys. They once were friends of Bryce's channel. Bryce is our guy, and they're saying they signed a peace treaty. Listen, you guys can be in here, whatever. We again. Just like I said before, we're family friendly. If you can't keep it family friendly, there's so many other channels to hang out with that I'm just not going to let anybody bully any of my friends. So if you want to hang out, sure. But if you don't, I mean, there's other things to do. So you're welcome to be, but that's it. Yeah. So there you go. It's Arkansas Picker. Great pick. But yeah, let's do that. But what do you think about Freebird, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it's a thing that you call out to bands to play Freebird. So, Shaun, I wanted to ask you this. You go when you play, concerts and you do little open mics. How many times do people ask for Freebird?
Every time.
Is it the consistent? It's the one that people want to hear.
There's just some nut in that, that they know Freebird! It's unfathomable. It's unfathomable to play Freebird on an acoustic. There's just no way. I mean, and I will play like the first 10 seconds of it just to make them happy, and they're just like, But it happens all the time.
So you're not doing the guitar solo?
No way. Absolutely not. I couldn't if I wanted to. I'm not that talented of a musician. I'm more of a rhythm player, which can do some simple leads. That's what. Yeah. That's why I'm not a shredder. I will say that.
He says pick a harmonica shredder.
Yeah, Blues Traveler, dude.
Blues Traveler is the only one I think of.
I don't know anybody else.
Yeah, like Blues Traveler, I guess. Stairway to Heaven, that's a good pick, Bryce. Good pick. I'm sure we'll probably hear it sometime tonight more often. So
there's a rule against that song, though.
Yeah, we just can't play it. Yeah. One beginning intro. That's a good one. John Popper, good pick. So Andy, you're up, man. What's your criteria?
Yeah. So unlike Shaun, sort of like Shaun. I'm a musician, but unlike him, that's not what I mean by drums was my main thing for the longest time. I know you play percussion and stuff, so I've played drums since I was 13, so 22 years, 23 years, whatever it is. And that's always been my passion, has been drums. But somewhere along the line, I realized that I could not continue to play my drums at, say, midnight. right? Unless I wanted to have some seriously angry parents. So what I did is I picked up acoustic guitar, which actually I've got my acoustic right here in the case. But I picked that up and just strummed, kind of played around, learned some chords, just kind of self-taught, in that sense of like, hey, can I learn the basic chords? Shaun, you know this. If you know about 4 or 5 chords, you pretty much know 90% of the music that's out there.
Yep.
And it's just figuring out what order the chords go in, right?
That's right. That's right.
But other than, so it's just a ton of fun. But even in all that, I had a deep appreciation for all things music. My brother is a guitarist. My brother is a shredder. Look over the right shoulder for foreshadowing, right? Unfortunately, Gene Simmons doesn't have very many good solos. He's got some good bass licks, but not, I wouldn't say solos. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, I love that stuff. Criteria-wise, for me, I do have a lot of shredders in my list. I know that I went there with this. These are just iconic songs. To me, I look forward to the solo more than a lot of other parts of the song. But specifically, there's something about riding in a car, listening to these songs, and then doing that with your mouth, like to the solo, like being able to sing the solo, kind of like we said. That to me is so big and so important in this. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking with these things. Again, this list was difficult in the sense of how do I narrow it down to 4? Because there's just so many good ones, and I would venture to say that the Benjamins may just be as good as the ones that make our Rushmores, because I mean, even tonight, if we come up with all of them differently, that's what, 8 to 16, that's 20 something solos. That's barely even scratching the surface of what's out there, right? So we're going to have some good ones that don't get mentioned tonight, but it is what it is for sure. So with that said, Kevin, I'm not going to make you wait very long. I know you asked for this specifically. I'm glad we can keep you on the show. One of my favorite bands growing up, he made my top 4 guitarists. He was my George of guitarists, my number 1 guitarist, my favorite, not necessarily because of technical skill, but because of iconic sound. And this guy in his solos just is, you can hear this thing and know immediately who it is that's playing this, that iconic sound of people that they have. I'm going Pantera's Domination is actually going to be my pick for this one. Now, you could pick a bunch of different songs that they put out there that have good solos. I think typically the song, for whatever reason, when I pull it up on lists, that gets mentioned as the number 1 is Floods. I don't like that song as much. It's a good song, but Domination is one of my favorite songs by them. If you haven't heard this song, do yourself a favor. If I can actually share my screen. I've got the video pulled up if anybody wants to hear it. I don't know if that's going to mess us up for copyrights or anything, but who cares, right?
I think you could play it 10 seconds or less.
Okay, I'll do a couple seconds of this one. Let's see if we can make it. You guys see this? Let me skip in a little bit so I can get good 10 seconds of this.
You can do about 7 seconds and then pause it and then say, "Hey, Freebird," and then do it again.
There we go. Look at those.
That's good.
Yeah. So there you go. There's Dimebag right there.
Yeah.
Just going crazy with his solo. And then I don't think this video actually even shows it, but and I won't do it. It's fine. But if you go listen to this song, it goes into one of the coolest breakdown riffs of all time at the end of Domination, and then the solo continues in that, and it's just really cool. So Domination by Pantera, Dimebag Darrell, one of the greatest guitarists in my mind. I remember when my dad woke me up to go to school one day and said Dimebag Darrell got shot, and I was like, Dad, what? You woke me up to this? Like, at least I can't even see yet, I remember that day. It's one of those days, it's like, and it's not a national tragedy in the sense of like a 9/11 or something like that, but it's one of those, I remember where I was when I found out Dimebag Darrell got killed. It was just a crazy, tragic event. This guy is one of those, can you imagine what the metal world would look like if this guy was still there? Yeah, just do is super innovative. But man, do yourself a favor, go listen to Domination. The whole song is great, but listen to that solo too, and you just definitely appreciate that. So, anyway, what are you guys? You guys Pantera fans? So they're from Texas, so they got to there's got to be some local stuff there.
They're from Texas, but they had a big footprint in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, big time.
Big time. So
Phil and Thelmo and Rex Brown are from the New Orleans area. So
right, I know that for a while they like lived uptown. Then they are Metairie, or I don't know. They lived somewhere over there during a lot of that stuff. But yeah, man. So Pantera was not on my radar when they were at their height. Just not a style of music I was really listening to. I loved Walk. I mean, especially when RVD, used to come out to it and all that jazz. But I do enjoy them a lot more now. And too bad, because I really wasn't a fan like when Dimebag was even alive. But yeah, I definitely like Pantera, and I appreciate what Dimebag's brought to the metal world. So yeah, I knew you were gonna pick him. So, and is Kevin still hanging around? Yeah. Also, I hope you watch Rick Beato. I watched like 6 things on Rick Beato just this week. Yeah, there he is. Pantera Live was great. Yeah. Owned every Pantera album. Aaron Brown in the house, the STEM teacher. By the way, everybody, I know I put it in the chat, but there's 23 here, and we're not even up there to the likes. So, and I know a bunch of those likes aren't on right now. So go hit those likes before y'all head on out. Drop yours. Oh, yeah, White Stripes, the ball and the biscuit. Listen, he's a White Stripes fan, so I knew that was going to be on there. Prince. Yeah. We'll talk about that later maybe. But let's get it, man. Phil Anselmo with Down.
Super
Joint Ritual a few times. Yeah. Andy, did you see Anselmo when he was with Down?
With Down, yeah. So they opened for Metallica in 2008 here in New Orleans. It was
I was at that same show. And what was it? Sword?
The Sword, Down, and Metallica. And then Phil came up with Metallica for one of their songs. It was super fun.
That was the show that I was like, did black balloons just fall from the ceiling?
That's where Metallica is now. They got balloons.
They got black balloons falling from the ceiling at the end. Trumpet Master 77. Shaun. Man, we're going to get you on the show eventually. But, welcome. Thanks for coming and joining in. Oh, by the way, guys, let me just also share this. You guys are all the moderator guys. If you have a wrench, go ahead and drop your channel in the thing. I've always tried to do my thing like real life, where you can just type in real and it will post that. But it never really worked for me. I still can't figure it out. But from what I hear, if you go space dash and then your title, then you'll be able to click it. So all you guys that are moderators, you can share your thing. One of mine, more of an intro, but Unbreakable by Firefly. Good pick, Ethan. So Ethan.
Hey, real quick, Shaun, were you a Pantera fan?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you had to ask.
I saw the face. I had to ask.
No, I didn't like them. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. I was a pop punk, alternative rock guy. I didn't get into heavy metal much. I didn't really like, Metallica and all that. I listened to the Black Album. That's about it. Pantera wasn't for me. The only time I ever really got into heavy metal, there was something that got me super aggro pumped about working out and just got me super jacked up about the self-titled Slipknot album. That's that's the heaviest I ever got, and but Pantera.
That's pretty decently heavy. I mean, considering you that's a big jump from just pop punk.
Yeah, well, I was kind of all over. It was either country or, you know what? Now that I think about it, dude, if I go back through all the stuff I love to listen to, I love listening to everything from the Doobie Brothers to the Eagles to 80s, pop stuff, to Poison, to all kinds of fun stuff. But I was a 90s kid, and then as I got older, I started going back and listening to all the great stuff that we grew up with as children. You know, I was born in '82, so I was listening on the radio and stuff like that. But I also love a little like movie soundtracks and things like that, like Stand By
Slipknot
Me.
rock that
you know.
double bass.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
good one too.
Oh yeah,
God,
I don't know
love
that.
Pantera.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not. I'm gonna get a lot of hate from it, but I was not a fan of Pantera. I didn't like. I don't know. I didn't feel there was no. I didn't feel like there was enough melody, or were they more like, hey, no, no, like,
A little bit like that. But
I mean, yeah, it was right in. It was right in between. It was kind of like Henry Rollins' band. I didn't like Henry Rollins' band because I felt like he was just kind of like yelling, but he didn't have the cojones enough scream for me, like yell, like the Corey Taylor from Slipknot does. It's something about that, his voice, the way he screams, it resonates with me more than the Pantera voice, the higher pitch scream voice. If that makes sense.
So I was all about metal. I was playing in death metal bands when I was a teen and through college and stuff. But I also loved pop punk. I loved emo. I loved anything metalcore, like Killswitch Engage kind of stuff. I loved all of that stuff. But also, I would listen to like Elton John and Duran Duran and Kaja Gugu and stuff because my mom listened to that, which is weird. Like I loved NXS. I loved all of that stuff, 90s alternative stuff, like, you know, grunge, anything like that, because, you know, growing up during that time. So it was just, I loved all of those things, but I also listened to like Cannibal Corpse and, you know, some of these other things. I remember meeting with Dennis, the singer of Cannibal Corpse, at House of Blues and giving him a demo of us. And the guy was the nicest guy in the world.
You were that guy. You were that guy,
huh? He threw it away. I know he did. But he was the nicest guy in the world. Anyway, I digress.
Cool, man. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Acid Bath. There you go. There's another New Orleans band. Yeah.
That's
anyway. Let's continue. Hey, Fat Boys, man, $5. Thank you, bro. Look at him go. We appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
But another reason why, Andy, I think we're gonna have a great variety of list tonight. Where we shouldn't be overlapping too much. That's why.
And I'm going to love all of it. I mean, I love all three so far.
Fat Boy dropping a 5 bomb. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Hey, so let us, from Thibodeau. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Acid Bath.
Yeah, so I have listened to Acid Bath, but I couldn't tell you a single song.
Blue October is great.
Blue October. Kirk loves Blue October.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Skillet Whispers in the Dark. That's another good one. I do love Blue October, though. All right, man. So we're at the second round. And man, we've already got a good start. Pantera is rounding out our Rosie. Now it's TJ Jazzy Jeff. For you guys that are first time being here, that's what we call Thomas Jefferson, number 3. So what's your TJ?
Okay.
I love this. Shaun is still figuring his list out.
Well, I've got a list here, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and bring this one out just for originality. It's technically a solo, right? But it was the first time anybody got, in my opinion, got this creative in the 90s grunge era. I'm going with "Killing in the Name of" by Rage Against the Machine. So
I love it.
Yeah, Tom
Morello.
Thank you. Yeah, I just love. It's just so different. It was at the time I was like, did they have a DJ in the band or what was going on? You know, it's so cool. It's phenomenal, man. The things that he was able to do with his guitar. I mean, it was such a throwback to like Jimi Hendrix days, you know.
What's up, John Doe Juggalo? Welcome to the show.
So yeah.
That's Morello. He was great. Saw them guys in '94. So I'll just throw this out there. Morello was on my Rushmore of guitarists. Love Tom Morello.
Was it that song though?
I missed seeing them in concert. I had the tickets for them and Beastie Boys. I've mentioned this already. Woo! And it was them and Beastie and what's his name? The drummer for Beastie Boys. Gosh, help me. Anybody?
I don't know.
Anybody?
Bueller.
What's his name? DJ, not DJ. Anyways, he broke his arm, and so they had to cancel the show. And then they were going to give us tickets, and we were going to come back and see him like 3, 4, 5 months down the road when he got all healed up, and then they broke up. Yeah, so Rage broke up. Yeah.
Trumpet. Look what Trumpet said. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Maybe better than Corey Feldman.
Has everybody seen this? Has everybody seen Corey Feldman shredding, dude? That is so great. It's a
That
terrible.
might make the Rushmore.
That's so funny. That's
So
a great
far, you have the best pick. Sorry, Kirk and Andy.
Oh,
that's okay.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for
So,
that. I appreciate that.
Shaun, you're in the lead, apparently. So,
Hey,
I love this pick. Corey is the GOAT. Andy, what do you think about Killing in the Name of?
So we were just listening to it tonight. My wife and I had a date night tonight, and I forced her to listen to all of the solos that she didn't want to listen to because I was just last minute cramming some different ideas in. And Killing in the Name came on just through Spotify, through random lists, and I was like, dude, this is so good. Tom is one of those guys that very much like Dimebag in the sense of there can be an isolated guitar track and you know exactly who it is that's playing. There's no one else who sounds like him. He almost died at a Rage mosh pit in the 90s. Yeah.
Oh, Keith.
That's funny.
Keith, you're not a very big guy. Getting yourself under a few of those heavy metal guys in a mosh pit probably wasn't a good idea for you.
That's not true. Keith is above average height.
Yeah. I've watched the show when he talks about it. That's why I threw that out there.
Yeah.
It's always kind of a little point of tension.
Do you guys remember Celebrity Deathmatch, the episode that was Rage against the Machine? And it was
that was
Rage,
the best.
and they were fighting like
Celebrity
a giant robot.
Deathmatch.
It was hilarious.
Hey, look, Random Reed's bringing out Primus. Man, if we were
gosh.
talking about bass solos.
Primus mosh pit.
Do Primus has mosh pits? I guess they do.
That's fantastic.
Jerry was a race car driver. Hopefully it wasn't in Winona's Big Brown Beaver. That's a
Drummer Master says he thinks it's on Tubi. Gary was a race car driver.
Tubi's great.
He was on. And speaking of that, he was on my my bassist.
As he should be.
In Primus, dude. That dude is a.
But speaking of Tom Morello, hey, name the movie where he made a cameo in. Can anybody name that movie?
Oh God, he was in.
Wait, he was in. Was it
like a superhero movie or something?
Wait.
Yes.
Was it
superhero
the
movie.
video game movie?
Not a
it was
video
like
game
a video
movie.
game.
Nope.
And they were at the concert.
Nope.
Ah.
The one that started it all for Marvel.
Oh, really? Iron Man?
He was in Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr.
I was thinking he was in
He was one of the goons in the cave.
whatever versus the world. That movie.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, I thought he was in that.
He might have been. I don't know. So in Iron
Foxx
Man,
Play. Foxx is on next week. He's our guest next week. I'm glad you're here, bud.
Yeah, I knew it was the superhero movie. I remember seeing something about that he was on.
so that moment where he finally gets his buddy is in the cave with him and he's typing out and he's trying to get it to go fast and it's charging, right? And then it finally goes dark and the goons go in there and he's like looking around and all of a sudden that light comes on and he turns and looks. That's Tom Morello. Boom, right there. Good
That's
close up.
hilarious.
Good pull,
It's so
good
funny,
pull.
like how people get in movies and whatnot. Yeah, dude. Okay, Reformationist podcast, PJ. That right there is a banger.
Yeah,
That's a banger.
great song.
Yeah. All right, Kirk, we're going to move to you. So, man, great 1-2 on your mountain, Shaun. But, Kirk, let's see what you got. You got Leonard Skinner, Freebird, and where are you going next?
Well, yeah. So my next one, and I have it queued up. So let me bring it back. So the next one, I'm gonna roll into. Here we go. 1991, brother. 1991. That should give it away right there. That should give it
There's a lot of
away.
music in
Give it
1991.
away, give it away, give it away now. Not Red Hot Chili Peppers, but here you go.
I can't hear it. We hear nothing.
He's jamming out though. It's okay.
Let's just watch your face while I jam out because I'm gonna imagine it's a good song.
No, you can't hear it?
No, not at all.
What?
No.
That's crazy. It must be canceling out. Well, it's November Rain. November Rain. Guns N' Roses / Yeah, man. 1991. He has about six different ones I attempted to pick. One of them obviously was an intro, but in that same song, the intro later in that song is a banging solo, but Slash has a ton of stuff. Slash would have been on my Benjamins for guitarists. Guns N' Roses. He's on two things. One, I put Slash next to Shaun on our thumbnail, and I also used this song for our Instagram post. Yeah, November Rain, man. Great. Just the solo is just banging.
Yeah, this I knew this was gonna make it there. Also, bonus points for the music video. He's doing the guitar solo and like on a cliff or something, which
he's just out in a desert. Looks like he's ready to
church in the middle of nowhere.
Well, it looks kind of like he's about to do a draw with a old Wild West cowboy or something.
Looks like the Grand Canyon or something where he's doing this solo. This is a great one. This is a fantastic solo. It's another one kind of in my criteria where you can mouth the solo, and man, it's a good song. I will say this though. Yeah, there it is. Guns N' Roses to me is a they had a window of time where they were just like fantastic, and then they did the fall off. It was steep. It was very steep.
Kevin, my first pick was not 90s, just letting you know.
Yeah.
So I did go there. And Dwayne Allman is a fantastic pick. Fantastic pick.
And Shaun started with Jimi Hendrix, is the oldest one of all ours.
Yeah, so there you go. They're not all going to land in the 70s, I can tell you that. But mine, I might have one more coming around.
Yeah. What do you think about this one, Shaun? Are we okay with this one, or how are we feeling?
So, I mean, I love Guns N' Roses. I love Slash. He's fantastic, super talented. But for whatever reason in my life has never allowed me to listen to this song from beginning to end or even see the music video from beginning to end.
The music video is like 20 minutes or something. Isn't it like an epic or something crazy like that?
They're like getting married or something at that church, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah, I've never listened to this song. I've probably never even listened to this. So I probably heard a little bit of it. For whatever reason, my journey has never allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
Hint,
I'm not
journey,
a giant Guns N' Roses
foreshadow.
fan either. I'm not a big Guns N' Roses GNR guy.
Did you just foreshadow? Is that what you just said?
I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Good pick. All right. I'll go with my...
Guns N' Roses is great.
Hey, so Derek says 80s and 90s are the best for guitar shredders, but Clapton and Hendrix are awesome for 60s and 70s. Clapton
I'm going to call your bluff on that, Derek, because my next pick is from the... Well, I guess I'm not calling the bluff because it is the 80s. I believe... Let me fact check myself real quick. But my next one is a banging shredder. Let me put this in there to make sure that I have the right year. Yeah, no. Here we go. 1976. Okay, 1976. Many people are going to consider this to be probably the greatest guitar solo of all time. And it's crazy that I'm putting it here. Do I have echo?
A little bit.
Can you hear myself? Whoa. Somebody's listening to me, and I can hear it. But either way, this is probably widely considered to be one of the most popular guitar solos of all time. It is, I think, out of the ones we've done so far, is the most legitimate solo in the sense of, yes, there is some drums and a little bit in the beginning, but 90% of this song is strictly this guy playing guitar. Kirk, he was one of your top 4, if not your number 1. I'm going Van Halen's Eruption. This song is the quintessential guitar solo, and this guy is a madman on guitar. I think we all know that, right? I'm not breaking news here. I'm not pulling out this random guitarist here, but Eddie Van Halen's Eruption is just wild. There's still things that he does on that guitar in this song specifically that, and again, I'm not an accomplished guitarist.
Somebody was talking Rick Beato earlier, and we were watching him try to do this song, and he said, my hand can't get that chord because I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, that was it. But he does things on that guitar that you're like, I don't know how he does what he does, but I'm going to go Eruption. Bonus points for it, that it leads into and it goes right to that after. It's the perfect intro to that. And usually on the radio, you'll even catch Eruption into that. It's usually a 1-2 package anyway, as it is. But for just the solo itself, the finger tapping and all the craziness that he's doing is just, it's stupid.
Yeah, this is my George of guitarist. When I think of guitarist, it's him and then everybody else. He's the guy. Again, I'm not a musician, but as a kid growing up in the 80s, this is who everybody wanted to be like, that I knew that played guitar. They all wore the red and white stripes of the guitar colors. The Van Halen was just a really cool. It was cool to see. He even kind of progressed from the different singers and whatnot to Sammy Hagar, and all that. David Lee Roth, but yeah, I love it. And his son is pretty decent at it now. And I remember.
Wolfgang.
Oh, you know what?
Wolfgang, yeah.
Eddie Van Halen was one of the other RIPs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have this running thing where sometimes we mention some things on the Rushmore show and then they just kind of disappear. And I think not but about a month or so after our guitarist show is when he passed, didn't it? Man. So anyways, human beings. Best Van Halen solo in the 90s. Yeah. Good pick. Lifeson. Hey, wait. Andy was just mentioning this.
Yeah, Alex Lifeson is the most underrated guitarist of all time, for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Because he's with one of the best bassists.
Well, that's the problem. He's the guitarist for Rush.
Probably top 2 drummer of all time.
He is the 3rd best musician in that band, and he's like one of the greatest guitarists of all time. It's crazy.
Have y'all ever seen any documentaries with Rush?
Oh, dude, they're hilarious.
Anytime him and Geddy
Lee, hilarious.
Well, he's funny, man, but he's such a normal-looking dude, right?
Yeah.
He has no distinct features. So anytime they go out, Geddy Lee, they're always like, "Hey, man, will you take my picture with next to Geddy Lee?" And he's like, "He's the guitarist." You know what I mean? And like, he's like, "Yeah, sure, man," because everybody recognizes him, but nobody recognizes him because he's just got the parted hair on the side, just like tucked in polo shirt, like normal looking.
I bet 1984 seeing Van Halen would have been a crazy awesome concert.
Yeah,
my wife went to a Van Halen concert when she was really little.
Lifeson is a great comedian. He was awesome in Trailer Park Boys.
Nice. All right. Did you okay, so back to this pick, though. We're not talking Rush here. Back to Eruption. Shaun, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, it's great guitar solo. Eddie's obviously just another legend, Yeah. His son is phenomenal, too. You guys ever watch Drumeo?
Yeah.
Dude, I get lost in Drumeo.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so much fun. I love, did you see Wolfgang on that? Did you see him play drums?
I didn't see Wolfgang on there, no.
Dude, I mean, he's phenomenal. He is such an in-the-pocket drummer. And he played some pop songs. It was just a simple 4 on the floor kind of song. Yeah. But the way he swung that, man, the way he just would swing thing, man. It was he's so talented. He's so good, man. So, but yeah,
I love watching Drumeo just for Chad Smith.
Chad Smith. One of
Chad
my
Smith.
favorite numbers.
Yeah, there's so many funny ones out there, man. There's who else did I see? There was an older guy. Oh, did you see the one with Stuart Copeland? He was pretty funny on there too.
Yeah, Stuart Copeland is great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun show, man. That's a really good one. But yeah, Eruption is great. Eddie Van Halen's great. Love Van Halen. I even like Van Hagar. You know, they got a lot of good hits.
I don't hate Van Hagar. I don't hate it.
I will say this. I am super nostalgic for Van Hagar because I remember when Right Now
Dude,
came out.
that song, when that came out as a kid, I thought this was like the anthem of life.
Yes. And what product came out with that song in the commercial that made you just love it even more? Does anybody remember?
I'm trying to
That
think
was before my time. So
it was a soda. It was a soda.
Crystal Pepsi?
Yes, Crystal Pepsi, dude.
I'm just trying to think time-wise. That's funny. I was
going to say New Coke.
Yeah, Crystal Pepsi, that clear. It was crystal clear Pepsi. And not only that, do you remember an old sci-fi movie called? So I related it. It's almost like 7 Ways to Kevin Bacon. It's Right Now to Crystal Clear Pepsi, and then I relate Pepsi to Enemy Mine with you remember that movie Enemy Mine?
And then I relate Enemy Mine to Draymond Green. I'm sorry.
What's that?
What?
Who's Draymond Green?
It's an inside joke. I always think Draymond Green looks like Louis Gossett Jr. from Enemy Mine. from the Warriors.
Oh, I love the Warriors too, man. Warriors is a great movie.
Not
great
that
flick.
movie, the actual basketball team.
Oh.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
Sports.
We're all over.
Yeah, it's funny where our minds
go. Kevin says this is his drummers. So we've already done drummers.
Yep.
Pierre Byron, 1, 2, easy.
Yeah.
Basio's great. Copeland.
Yeah,
that's a fantastic list.
Yeah, great list. But, to quote where we just went down some kind of a rabbit hole, there's a great Empire Records. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
The greatest line in that movie is, who knows where thoughts come from? They just appear.
There you go. That's a deep one. Yeah, we're going all over the place, man. Before we get it,
but yeah, great pick, Andy.
That's a great PlayStation 2 game, by the way.
It is a great PS2 game.
Anyway,
underrated game.
I had it on the Xbox.
So,
yeah, it's a fantastic game.
Is that halftime?
That's halftime, buddy.
All right, so halftime, guys. Hey, 21 of you guys in here. While y'all are in here and you're taking a break and get ready to come back, let us chat a little bit. I am rocking our STCC shirt tonight. I just saw they posted, and man, it's already sold out. St. Tammany Collectors Con's first week of May, and we are going to be there preaching, doing our thing. If this is your first time around, you guys already know about it, but we're both youth pastors, and we're not, this isn't a Christian channel, but we're not a Christian channel because we do something what we call Reboot. And Reboot is where we get to hang out with nerdy folks at these conventions and talk to them about Star Wars and Mario Kart and, Alex Lifeson. And we talk sports, and then we relate it back to all the things that they're in there doing, whether they're cosplaying or they're coming to see their favorite Sonic the Hedgehog voice actor. And we just kind of preach and teach with them and hang out with them. And I wanted to share something today. It's the first time I'm going to share it, but I'm going to throw it out there. I've been collecting these, Andy. Let me move it over here. I've been collecting these. I've got 2 more on the way. There you go. And these are all devotional books, and they're all geeky. So geek and ye shall find. I got you one of these, Andy. So there's a double. I forgot to bring that to you. But the Daily Nerd Devo book. These are our good friends. I think they're going to be on the show. I think actually they're going to be on the show too. Finding God in Video Games. And then Hector is definitely going to be on the show. He's ending music with us. He wrote, these are 2 of his books of the 8. I think there's, 9. This is number 9. But they've inspired me to start doing our own Devo for the Rushmore show and reboot, right? And I'm going to do 6 books, one for each one of our series. I've already mapped them out. I've started to put pen to paper and start to type and do some things. So be on the lookout for that. But we are going to be preaching at St. Tammany Collectors Con. Come and hang out with us, and it is going to be awesome. Jess said the Sonic reboot message was amazing. Thank you. But I want to be able to start connecting you guys to some amazing writers and Poetically Christian Gamers in here. He's wrote 2 books. Yeah, I just want to connect you guys with some other people if that's something that you want to be a part of. The other thing that I want to share is we'll be back at St. Tammany Collectors Con, but we'll also do Louisiana RetroCon, St. Tammany Collectors Con in the fall. And we're kind of trying to connect and see if we can't get some others on the list. Hopefully Cajun Con in December. That would be really cool. And Andy, let's share what our friends right here are doing right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need it.
There they are, Culture Box. Let me pull one of our friends up. So again, Culture Box is a group of creators that we're a part of that are Christians also, and post some really awesome content. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our friends Dallas and Celeste over at Geek Devotions. Let's check them out.
That's a good idea.
Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture-infused devotional, their podcast content, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in the geek community, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. Find all their content at geekdevotions.com.
There you go. Go check out Geek Devotions. Let them know that we sent you over there. And hopefully you enjoy their content. Really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff.
Hey, one thing I wanted to share is we have Shaun on right now, and he's at the Real Life Perspective. He's actually live right now. And it's kind of fun. I know a lot of times you guys are so supportive and you watch us this whole time. What would be really cool is to not only come back and throw a comment at our channel, but throw a comment at his channel when it's all done, and go and hit the like for him as well. If you're watching on his side, come on over this and do the same after the show. Thanks for being here tremendously. But hey, can you tell me about your beans?
Barry, are you still here asking about our beans? Well, we want to let you know
about your beans.
I'll tell you all about my beans.
Have you seen my beans?
I'm going to stop saying that. Anyway, why don't you check out, hey, we have an official coffee of the Rushmore show, our friends over at Village Coffee. Check it out.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
There you go. You can check out Village Coffee. Listen, Kirk, you were just here, and I was literally in the middle of my new order, and I just got 30 more in. So sorry you didn't get any.
That's okay. Hey, look, I'll be back soon. But before we jump back into you, Paul, and hang out and finish the rest of this Rushmore, I want to just kind of shout out what we got coming up these next 2 months. We are going to be doing all music Rushmores for the next 2 months, 8 shows, 8 episodes. But we have already booked all of movies and TV, and we are already starting to book nostalgia. If you want to be on the show, please let us know. Hit us up. I know Lance was in the chat just a minute ago. Several of the people that are going to be on soon have been in, but this is this next 2 months. Let's see this. Yeah, man, just a little quick teaser. We're going to have a lot of fun, man. 3 video game ones. We got boss levels, we've got Mario music, and we have 80s ladies. We have guitar duos. Oh, and Guitar Hero. So, anyways, let's get this show back on the road and get it back on the rails. 20 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that like if you haven't already, and go and tell Real Life hello over at his channel as well. And then come on back. So you're up, and it is Link. How can we make that link? I don't know. I don't know a link to a soloist. But Shaun, you're up.
Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park would not fit here.
Oh, Lincoln Park. Yeah, they don't really have a solo that I can think of. Maybe not. I don't know.
All right. Shaun, where are you going for your link? What you got?
So you bring up a good point there about there's really no solo to a lot of to Linkin Park, but my criteria for this next pick was a discovery of one of these bands that was just a fun alternative, pop rock band. And it wasn't until this song came out that you have the epiphany of realizing that, man, just because a band is playing 4 or 5 chord songs does not mean these are not super talented musicians. I'll never forget it. The first time I heard this song, it was on a Saturday Night Live, and they were playing live. Whoever was hosting says, "Ladies and gentlemen, No Doubt."
What?
And the spotlight opens up on Gwen Stefani. You and me, we used to be together. And then, anyway, so the songs don't speak. And the guitarist is Tom Dumont. And whenever he comes in with that classical guitar solo, remember I told you I like solos that tell a story. And this is just a solo that was so out of there, because back then there was like Green Day and Blink-182 and all these bands that didn't really do solos, and then all of a sudden, boom, No Doubt comes out with this what is it, a ballad, a grunge ballad, and that acoustic classic guitar solo has rung with me for my entire life, and I love that guitar solo, and I love Tom Dumont as a guitarist. I had so much more respect for No Doubt. And then I started listening to the basses, and I'm going, oh, wow, listen, these guys are sick. And then the drummer, I don't know his name, but those guys are phenomenal musicians. But with the front lady, Gwen Stefani, I'm just hearing, I'm just a girl. I'm like, okay, this sounds like a typical, just a cool, cute pop rock band. But then whenever you layer them down and listen to each one of their instruments, man, they're playing some heavy stuff underneath that stuff, some good ska, whatever. Anyway, so No Doubt, Don't Speak is my next pick.
I love this pick so
Dude,
much.
I am jamming
I just
it
hummed
right
the
now.
whole one. I just sang it in my head. Dude,
So
it's
memorable, right? Memorable.
Also, I just put it in there. Adrian Young, very, very underrated drummer, for No Doubt. Yeah, very good.
Dude,
love
my
this pick, man.
my high school crush was Gwen Stefani. And I remember when she or when they did the Super Bowl for the Raiders versus the Buccaneers. And I was over at my guy's house, and I was like, man, I love No Doubt. And they were all like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, I love No Doubt. And this was so off my radar, but this is a fantastic pick. I love this pick.
She made, we did Women of Rock with Dave Mattingly last year. She was my link of female singers. So I love Gwen Stefani. I love No Doubt back then. Tragic Kingdom was a fantastic album, but dude, the cover that they do, It's My Life, is such a great song.
Oh, yeah.
By
Dude,
I forget the 80s.
No Doubt with Cypress Hill. I remember that, and for some reason I didn't go. Gosh, why didn't I go to that concert? I don't remember. Yeah. These dudes rock. Uh-oh. I'm nervous. Trumpet Master, what you putting in there?
I don't know what he's doing.
Talk. That was the band that the cover was by. I'm sorry, I had to
Oh.
that up. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Indie band. Stompin'
Yeah.
Nachos. Go check out Stompin' Nachos, everybody.
Stompin' Nachos.
Yeah, just kids hang.
Green Day. I saw Green Day. Yeah. So, man, I love this pick so much because it was so off my radar. You were talking, you didn't pick Shredders or anything like that, and I was like, yeah. Where's he gonna go? And this kind of got like a little mariachi feel almost, just like just a little acoustic, just and look, when I watched him play it, he just walks over all calmly, like
so good.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Love this.
Hey, well, look, I guess it's my turn. It's my turn, and I do believe. Wait. My 2 picks left. Oh yeah, I do believe. Yeah. Well,
I do declare.
Well, so Andy, you hit it on the head, man. You took my George guitarist and you threw him at your number 3, but I'm going Eddie Van Halen Eruption. And you were perfect on what you said about it. I mean, to me, he's the best guitarist I've ever seen. He's different. He's innovative. People wanted to be like him, and this is his best. But it's not his only, and that's the crazy thing. I wasn't going to pick. Well, I was going to pick a couple other ones but then I was like, oh, nobody's going to pick Eruption. And then you picked it. And now I'm like, yeah, I can't go away from it. But there is another couple. I might bring them out in actually my Benjamins, I guess, because they're still available because it's more than one song. But Eddie Van Halen is going to be with Eruption. And all the reasons you said, man, going right into the other song. And oftentimes they don't even divide them up anymore. But it's one of my favorite videos to watch of a live band is to watch him and right before it happens, he's like, this is my favorite part where you get to watch the greatest guitarist of all time, and I get to go sit down and have a beer for a few minutes. And then boom, Eddie just takes over. So yeah, my link is going to be Eddie Van Halen Eruption.
I don't agree with you on this one. I don't like this pick. No.
Yeah.
Obviously.
311 in the house. 311 in the house. I used to go to the 311 concert every 311 day, March 11th in New Orleans, which is funny because they're not really from New Orleans, but they would do it in New Orleans every year, which is crazy. So that was way before I was sober because, man, they were high as a kite at that concert. Lord,
I can't think of that solo off the top of my head. I'd have to go back. I mean, I know the song. Beautiful disaster.
You know, it has a lot of those triplets.
I have to go back and listen to it. I like 311.
And it's harmony too. It's a harmony solo. Well, harmony lead, I'll say. I don't even know if there's a solo. It's just
okay. Here we go. We didn't bring this up, but solos and leads are different, right? And this is kind of Kirk and I. This is a drummer coming up with the definition, so bear with me. To me, a lead is kind of almost like it's very close to a solo. Maybe it's not long enough to be a solo, but it's almost more like there's not that there's not a formula to a solo, but there's like it's almost like a how do I want to say it? Like an exaggerated riff or something like that. You know what I mean? As opposed to a solo.
I think the way you explained it when we were trying to kind of come up with the idea was kind of like what I said. Like the lead is it's a part of the song, but it's not the main star because it's getting you to the next part. But
as a guitarist, how would you distinguish between lead and solo? I mean, is there
most of the time what I hear is the lead is kind of the melody of a chorus bringing in, you know, is what I've noticed, and then the solo just goes off on its own, its own thing, you know.
That's what I hear most of the time. Solo is going to be a longer portion than just a lead. Typically.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't have like I know when I hear something, it's a lead or it's a solo, but just trying to come up with like the what is that makes a difference.
Yeah.
I guess in verbiage, but anyway, that's just a little music nerding out for a second. Let's get back to the list. So yeah, Eruption, great pick. I struggled, man, with my top two in the sense of like which one goes one, which one goes two, which one goes one, which one goes two.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, come on, there's a distinct number one.
Well, you say that, okay, but my number two. So I'm gonna go to Link. To me, this band has a lot of iconic solos, and I probably could have picked multiple. I could have probably picked all four from this group if I wanted to, but I didn't want to be that, biased towards this one group. But when it comes to me, I think this is my favorite song by this band. And the portion of the song that the solo takes over is the best portion of this song. And what it does for that portion is just amazing. And I'm going to go Metallica 1 as my link. Did this is shredding, right? This is where we're at. We're shredding. Kirk Hammett is in here doing this. But also the intro to this song has its own solo portion that I would consider a solo, not necessarily just a lead, but it's clean guitar, like that stuff. But man, when it gets down to the it is amazing. This is the song that on the way home today, my wife does not like Metallica, no matter how much she tells me she's okay with them. By her saying she's okay with them, oh, I don't hate them. Yeah, you don't like them. But we put this on today, and I mouthed the whole solo. Metallica 1 is just a fantastic song. And mine have taken my sight, taken my speech. So good. And also, by the way, just side note, Chris Cornell, greatest vocalist of all time. I'll just say that. I'll put it out there. His cover of One by Metallica, but played to the guitar chords of One by U2 is probably the most brilliant piece of music I've ever heard. If you've not listened to it, it's One by Chris Cornell, but the lyrics are Metallica's lyrics. The song is U2's song. It's so crazy. I don't know how his brain did this. No, not Sandman. I'm going with One, not Sandman. Okay, it's a good song. Understand it's a great song, but Metallica's One is the song I'm going with. Yeah, this is where I'm going to go. But anyway, Metallica's One. That is my link. It would be fitting for it to be my number one, my George, but there's one that is more iconic and is the best.
That's another huge Benjamin off the board. I didn't think it was going to make it back to me. This is one of those ones you kind of sacrificially say, yeah, I'm just not going to be able to say it today. But I agree. I agree for all the reasons you said. Metallica is my favorite, probably metal band for sure. And I like the 90s Metallica better. But that's just...
But this is 80s.
Well, the Black Album... right, for me, is where I fell in love in going back to the Master of Puppets and all that other stuff and Ride the Lightning and all that.
The best album is Injustice for All, 1980.
And Injustice for All. I'm not saying they're bad.
Yeah, they are. They're terrible. They're just trash.
Sean's gonna say it. Oh, God.
For me, nostalgia-wise, it's the
I'm
Black
just kidding.
Yeah,
but.
So
I love Metallica, and I even like their new stuff, which is it's different, but I like it.
I don't like Saint Anger. That's not new though. That's too.
Oh yeah. Newer stuff, not like yesterday's stuff. I meant like the stuff that gets hated on. But yeah, Saint Anger's kind of, but I could still rock with some of that stuff.
Hey, real quick, I know Saint Anger is a bad album, but go back and like if you listen, there's somebody who put out. They remastered all of it. It's not Metallica, so I don't think it's whatever. But they remastered it, and they just remastered the drum tracks, and it's not bad. It's like when you change that drum sounds like a trash can. It's crazy.
Look at this.
Snare
Look,
drum.
read that.
Zonky. One song is called Sad Clint Eastwood. It's sad but true plus. Wow. I'm going to have to check that out for sure. 80s Metallica, thrash metal, 90s Metallica is better. I like 90s Metallica. I just think And Justice for All is the greatest album they've ever put out, but that's just my own personal taste. So, but Shaun, let's hear what you really think about Metallica.
I don't like anything before the Black Album. I mean, I'll listen to the song One, but I cannot stand. No offense, Kirk. I can't stand his voice, like in those early albums. No, in the early albums, and I feel like I don't know. There's something about the tone of the guitar. I feel like they hadn't found their sound yet. I felt like it was, I don't know. There was something in the tone of the guitars that I did not mesh well with, and then it was monotone for me. That trying to listen to those albums, Ride the Lightning and all that, and Justice for All, it was all just flat for me. It was rock, it was heavy metal, whatever you want to call it. But for me, I just didn't hear any melody. And I remember watching the behind the scenes on the Black Album, the producer guy, how he was saying, my goal was to get the emotion out of Kurt. Is it Kirk? Oh, is it Kirk or Kurt?
Kirk. Like Kirk.
Kirk
Not
Hammett.
Kurt Hammett. No, not Hammett, the singer.
James
The
Hetfield.
singer is-
James Hetfield.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I was way off.
Yeah.
Samsonite. Goodness gracious.
It was on the suitcase.
It was, yeah. I'm sorry. James Hetfield, when he finally found his voice and learned how to bring the emotion into the music, which was obviously the Black Album, that's when I started gravitating. Okay, I can hear melody as opposed to da 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 la 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 la. I'm sorry, that just wasn't for. It just wasn't for me. Early Metallica wasn't for me. I don't know if I just am not
It wasn't
hard.
for me either.
I'm not hard enough.
I can appreciate it now, but the Black Album came out.
Now.
I mean, I don't know exactly when the Black Album came out.
91?
91? Was it 91?
Yeah,
I was thinking a little later than that. But that
Black
was my
Album
music
came
taste.
out in 1991, August, my birthday.
Really? So,
Well,
yeah.
a day after my birthday, I was 2. I was 2 when this.
But
album.
we listened to that throughout my high school days, and I mean, I graduated in '96. So but the Black Album was what we listened to generally more.
Yeah, that's an awesome album.
Yeah, I was
I
thinking.
love Black Album. I do love Black Album, and I love Fuel. Like when that came out, or Load.
Yeah,
Load
it was cool.
Load and Reload.
Load.
I love that song. I
Give
love
me fuel, give me fire, give me that without a shot.
one of the most underrated songs of all time by Metallica is "Hero of the Day." I love Hero of the Day. I love King Nothing. I love those out. I love those songs. But to me, the whole album
This about the bottle.
is
I love
unskippable.
that. Whiskey in the
Whiskey
bottle.
in the Bottle. That's
Whiskey
a
in the
remake.
Jar.
That's
Whiskey
a Bob
in the
Singer.
Jar.
Whiskey in the Jar. That's it. I love that. But that's on Reload, isn't it?
No, that's on their cover album.
Garage.
Oh
Garage
yeah,
Band.
that's what it is. The Garage one.
That's a
Along
great song,
with,
though. Great cover.
Tuesday's Gone cover. Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was okay. I feel like it was all acoustic, right? It was all.
Yeah. It's so different. It's not.
Yeah, it was so different.
Yeah, 96 was Loaded Kirk during. Yeah, definitely Loaded Kirk. That was for sure.
I remember when Unforgiven 2 came out, man.
Garage.
Oh,
I hate that song.
everybody hates it, but I remember watching him play it live, going, dude. I was thinking, how was he? James was playing the riff. He was playing the how did it go? I remember the original one, but
Down.
no. I'm not doing a good job at it. Anyways, I remember watching it, going, "Oh, that I liked it at the time." And I had the CD of was it Load? Was that, or is it Reloaded? That Unforgiven 2 was on.
I think Unforgiven 2 is on Reload.
Okay, that's the one I
Believe.
had. Yeah, but yeah, I forgot what was the pick. Was there a pick?
One
here?
was one.
One. Okay. Yeah. Good. That's a good song. I like that song. I will say that.
There you go.
It's a great song. Good pick.
All right, so we are now to the George, the number one, the numero uno, the head honcho, Shaun. The number one guitar solo of all time from the 90s pop punk bands. No, what you got?
Blink-182. No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, well, what you got?
So are we doing some stuff after this too? As far
We're
as
going to do honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list, but this is going to be the number one, the best one.
Okay, this is going to be my number one because when you go back and dissect this solo, it is so well structured, and it has everything. It has everything. I mean, there's two. I was really struggling with my number one here, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this one because most people will probably know this one, and I love this solo. I'm going with My Sharona by the Knack. Guitar solo.
Nice.
If you go back and listen, just
I'm trying to think of the guitar part.
well, that's the riff, right? That's the riff.
I'm trying to get there.
And then the solo. I'm trying to hear it. It just starts off so simple, and then finally when it kicks into this. It just rocks, dude. I mean, because it's one of those songs that you're just hearing, and you're like, okay, this is gonna be just a. These guys reminded me of they looked like the Monkees, you know. The band to me, they reminded me of the Monkees mixed with the Who, you know, for whatever reason. And this song, you know, I'm thinking, okay, but then once that solo kicked in, it made that song. That solo made that song for me. So that's going to be my number one. And then I'll tell you what my other number one is if you want.
Wait, don't give it away. You give it away.
I'm not. I just want to hear what y'all's opinion. It's an obscure song, but I really love this guitarist. And but anyways, but that's that. I'm going to go with that for my number one. Is
okay. Okay, this was so.
I'm listening to it right now.
Funny story about this song. Years ago, the Tennessee Titans had a kicker, and his name was Rob Baronis. And every time he would come on to kick, and again, we didn't watch many Tennessee Titans games, but I remember watching it, and me and my dad would always say, da-na-na-na-na-da, Rob Baronis. Like, I don't know why that is that. I also always think of Weird Al Yankovic's version, My Baloney, played on an accordion.
There you go.
Fun one. This was a surprising pick for George, though. But there's got to be a personal tie to it. So you must love this song,
bro. This dude is shredding.
It's awesome. It's a fantastic solo,
and
it tells a story. It tells a story. Listen to it, man. It's so good. So good. Now I'm just now coming back on this.
My guess is Auburn.
Did he graduate with general studies at Auburn? What did he do, Barry? What happened?
It's still going on. This is a long solo, bro.
It's good. It's a good one. But I'm just now reading this. So, Poetically Christian Gamer says, "No, Shaun, you had the lead and you fumbled the ball." No. What am I? Now, what did I fumble on this solo or trashing Metallica? That's what I want to know. I don't remember. I don't know which one.
We're finally done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek said that he fumbled the ball with the lead. So
with the lead, okay, yeah, it's okay.
Well,
yeah. You do have a very solid list. So this is a good song. I have to go back and I'll have to listen to the song.
I think everybody needs to go back and listen to it for the credibility purpose because a lot of people.
I just listened to the whole thing. It's legit. It's legit. It's legit.
Dude.
And that wasn't on my radar again. Another one not on my radar. But you know what? You know what, though, Shaun? You know what was on my radar?
Don't tell me No Doubt.
Killing It in the Name of.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely 100%, hands down, my George. I could go. I told Andy my whole list could be Rage Against the Machine because of Tom Morello. He is an artist when it comes to music, when it comes to the guitar, and he makes it talk, man. He hasn't made there hasn't been a guy making a guitar talk since Frampton. This guy just absolutely does the weirdest off the wall things, and Andy knew I was going to pick this. Probably didn't know I was going to go George. He was on my list, but yeah, Killing in the Name of. And I almost changed it when you picked it just so I'd say another one, just like I almost changed it for Eddie, and I kept it because it's by far his best, but he has a ton in the library. Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of.
It's going to be interesting to see how this voting goes with so many Crushmores from Kirk. You know, he's got half of our list.
Well, I got two. I got two Crushes. My top two. I just ranked them higher than you guys.
Yeah. Obviously, this is a good one. We've talked about it. This is for sure one of the top ones up there. But it's not the best one, because I'm going to tell you what the best guitar solo of all time is with my George. I'm going all the way back. This is my oldest pick here. 1971. 70. SEMBTY. 70. That's how old it is. 1971. The greatest guitar solo of all time. He was in my top 4 guitarists. What this guy did with guitars was insane. What every member of this band could clearly be ranked the number one at their respective position. I mean, the bassist doesn't get a lot of love, but he is probably one of the greatest of all time too.
The drummer sucks.
The number one, the drummer's the greatest drummer of all time. My number one. I said it in my tagline right
Denied. Denied.
Stairway to Heaven, brother. This Jimmy Page is the greatest. Dude, this solo is beautiful. This song is perfection from the beginning. I actually jokingly said this today to my wife. This is another one we were listening to on the way. The beginning of this song makes me feel like I'm in the game Zelda, so this could have been a close connection to Link, but it is the number one solo of all time. It's crazy good. It fits perfect with the song, but at the same time as having the guitar solo, you get the classic triplets from John Bonham. Like, you've got his iconic sound all through it. You got Robert Plant just like belting it out. It is the perfect song. It's the perfect portion of a song for a solo. It is beautiful. It is like a painting, this song. I love Stairway to Heaven. I love Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin, you got to get the lead out. In fact, tomorrow, this isn't even a fun story, but tomorrow, everybody's out of my house tomorrow, so I'm cleaning the house, and I'm blaring Led Zeppelin all day tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a ton of fun. I may not get much cleaning done because I'm going to be trying to sing like Robert Plant. But anyway, this is the best solo of all time. And I don't care, Derek, that you say it's your least favorite Led Zeppelin song. I'm not even – listen, it is a fantastic song. There is amazing songs that they put out there, too, that are just crazy good. But when I'm thinking guitar solos, I'm going to Stairway for sure. And bonus points for the greatest – one of the best quotes in Wayne's World. No stairway denied.
Right here, man.
Yeah. Love it. And Wayne's World's going on behind you. There we go. Song's overrated. You can say it all you want. That's okay. It is a beautiful song. Listen, I listened to it again today. No one's putting this song on and being like, I don't enjoy this. I don't like this. I don't want to hear this. No, put it on, rock out, enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, Stairway to Heaven is absolutely one of the best songs ever. I mean,
and she's buying a stairway to heaven. I mean, that's Robert Plant, dude. He's crazy.
I mean, Zeppelin is everything you said. I agree. I didn't put this on my list because I knew it was your number one. I would have been shocked. You tried to give us a twist. I was trying to point like this, but then you changed the picture.
Oh,
right. So.
All right. Who else hates Stairway to Heaven? Shaun, what do you feel about this one?
I love this song.
Okay, good. Song. Thank you. All right, I got some agreement.
No, I remember I used to listen to that song all the time just for the solo. You know, it's so good. It's so good. I will say the rest of Led Zeppelin sucks.
What?
I can't stand what's the singer?
Robert Plant?
Yeah, that
Robert
guy.
Plant.
I can't stand his voice, man. He's too well. So I'll say this. There is one song that really ruined Led Zeppelin for me, and I couldn't tell you what it is, but it has this super annoying breakdown, and
Whole
he
lot
just
of love.
starts
I bet it's Whole Lot of Love. When he
probably.
starts moaning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's disturbing and disgusting, and I'm just like, come on, what is
I
wrong
will say
with
I
you?
skip that song usually.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it kills me every time. I'm just like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just,
But
I
listen to
don't
every
like.
other song by Led Zeppelin. They're fantastic. Ramble
No,
On,
they got some other good hits. What's the one with
Cashmere,
dun, 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 dun,
Immigrant.
dun. Yeah, that's a killer, iconic melody right there.
Oh, dude.
No doubt. Yeah, they got some good they got some good
Yeah,
stuff.
Keith's still hanging around to give you
Cashmere.
two words. Cashmere.
Oh yeah,
So good.
that I remember. Do you remember when Kashmir was in the Godzilla
Godzilla.
soundtrack?
Puff Daddy did it. Or P. Diddy.
Who was
it?
at the
Diddle.
time?
Speaking of diddle, we're about to diddle.
Yeah, I remember when that came out, man. I was like, oh, that sounds cool when they mixed it in
Come
with that,
in
man.
now. Bring.
Nice. Yeah, that's a cool pick, though, man. That's a great song. That's a really great song.
Listen,
Yeah.
I need to, before we go to this, we can't say John Bonham sucks. There's no possible way you could say the rest of Led Zeppelin sucks.
I meant Robert Plant.
You meant Robert Plant. Okay, I don't agree with it, but I can at least give you a pass that you're not saying John Bonham sucks. He's the greatest drummer of all time.
Yeah, something about the high pitched voice. Something about high pitched voices mess with my inner ear.
Yeah. John Paul
in
Jones,
moaning.
though, for real, side note here, bassist John Paul Jones of that band, if you go listen to some isolated bass tracks from Led Zeppelin, be like, where's this guy been hiding this whole time? He should get a lot more love than what he does. The problem is he has Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Bonham that he's playing with. You know
I was
what
going
mean?
to say, where is he hiding behind?
Funny
Man, you're
though, the
acting
bass
like
line
Led
during that part's
Zeppelin's
pretty
the
cool.
Bee Gees.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bee Gees. Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, anyway, the number one.
Well,
That's from
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Best high pitched voice ever, Perry
I
Farrell.
hate that band. I hate
Who?
Jane's Addiction.
Oh.
My gosh. I can't stand Jane's
Yeah, I don't mind a couple. I've only heard their hits.
Oh, we just lost Keith.
Addiction.
I saw a video where he tried to punch.
All right, well let's.
What, are you trying to punch somebody?
Dave Navarro? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Where he tried to punch him on stage because I guess he was either playing the wrong riff or he was playing something wrong or he was playing over his singing or something and it annoyed him so much that he lost it. Yeah, so I don't know.
Crazy.
But that is one of the. I will say, Entourage is a fantastic series, and that intro is a Jane's Addiction tune, and that music. I don't even know what the song is. Oh yeah, yeah. Or maybe it's Porno for Pyros. I don't know. You tell me.
That's his other group.
Yeah. I know that, but I don't know what the song is from Entourage. Is that Jane's Addiction or is that Porno for Pyros?
This is what Google's for.
Let's see what Google says.
Is it the theme song?
Yeah.
Entourage theme song is. Where's it at? Superhero. Is that the name of the song?
Jane's Addiction.
Why is it not telling me who it's by?
2003 Superhero from the album Strays.
Jane's Addiction. There you go. Jane's Addiction Superhero.
Yeah, it's a good song.
You got it right. Good job. All right. So, hey, look, we're going to move to our honorable mention. Speaking of Diddy, we got a little ditty for you guys right here. Let's move to our Benjamins. Kirk, tell them all about what are the Benjamins? Why do we call them Benjamins?
So yeah,
What is it
the
all
Benjamins. So before the mountain got presidented, it was unprecedented. If you saw that, and after it got presidented, they thought to add another person who wasn't a president, Benjamin Franklin, and he didn't make it on the mountain, which is what we're going to do today. Tell you all about the ones that didn't make the mountain. And before you guys head out, make sure you hit the like and whatever and share your top 4 in the comments. Not the live comments, the other comments, and go and vote who had the best top 4 on Instagram. Don't just hit the heart, hit the vote and pick. Last week was honestly, I didn't check, Andy. Who won?
I wasn't able to post it. Instagram was giving me issues. So
Oh, that's right.
I had the graphics done too, man. It was crazy. I don't know.
So maybe we'll post both. So here's the deal. This is how it rolls, Shaun. You get 4 more picks. You can't pick anything that's already been picked. You're first.
Nice.
And it goes in a snake draft like fantasy football. So you're first, I'm second, Andy's third. But in the second round, it's Andy, me, you, and then you, me, Andy, Andy, me, you. So you get the first pick and the last pick, and then you got a combo of back-to-back. But you can't pick anybody that's already been picked. So if there's something really high on the list that you think we're going to take, you might want to take that thing now. So you're up first.
So I'm going with this. This was the one I was conflicted with because I love Nuno Bettencourt from Extreme. I think he's a fantastic guitarist. You know, he did the Flight of the Bumblebee, which is cool, but overrated because I heard that's when I discovered about delay. You know, like he's just got a bunch of delay on that thing, but it's still a great classical, piece. It's fantastic. But the song that really stood out to me by Extreme was a song called "Get the Funk Out." If you've never heard this solo, man, this solo it's rock, right? It's got this it's got this groove to it with the bass. It starts off with the drums and the bass, and then he comes in with his little trinklets, and then when the solo kicks in, man, he just shred. I mean, it's not a shredding song per se, but you just got to listen to it, man, because it's another structured solo where it does everything in there, man, where he does everything from the but then he does this. I cannot do it justice with my voice, but listen
Kirk,
to get the funk out, man. It is the best. It is so good. So good.
So Extreme is unfortunately that band that's like more than words, and we know that song, and we know the fact that he was in Van Halen for 18 minutes. You know what I mean?
Dude,
he's shredding.
That is so good. That is a killer solo, man. That was the one I was debating between the Knack and Extreme. So there you go.
Dude, he was doing some Van Halen stuff. I heard it. Andy, go listen to it, man, when you get a chance, dude. If you've never heard it before, it is amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like Extreme. I only think of More Than Words. There's like one weird Christmas song that they did. That's my wife's favorite Christmas song, and he was in Van Halen for a second.
Oh, the singer was, yeah. Yeah,
that's like the 3 things I know about Extreme. Other than I don't know any of their other songs.
Oh, go listen and get the funk out. You will not be disappointed.
I will for sure.
All right.
I got some work to do.
Well, Andy, I'm flipping a coin and seeing.
I have a billion that I can pick right here, so you can go where you want to go.
Well, I mean, I have a list, so but I only get one. I've been having back-to-back for nine
No
weeks.
more back-to-backs. I got back-to-back here.
So I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go with Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb.
Good one.
Oh, okay.
David Gilmour.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Trumpet's got a good pick there. Howard the Duck had a killer melting solo at the end of the movie. Yes, he did, man. Oh, Howard the Duck. Oh, man.
Yeah, dude, can I just say something about Howard the Duck real quick? So I forgot how inappropriate that movie was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we watch, me and the kids, we all watch Marvel or whatever, and we see Howard the Duck come up, and I was like, oh man, there was a cool movie back in the day. I pulled that Joker up. I didn't watch it for very long. I was like, yeah, we're not watching this. Yeah. So, Howard the Duck.
All right. I'm gonna go. I get back-to-backs here. I have a fantastic list here. I really wanted to put this one in mind. You did take Comfortably Numb. That was going to be one of my back-to-backs here, but I got plenty more to take from. I'm going to start with Hotel California, Eagles. It's one of the greatest, most beautiful solos of all time.
Dang it!
Forgot about that one. God, totally missed that one. Yeah.
That little like the duo of guitar solos happen at the same time, and then
Sure.
the acoustic version of it is
Yeah.
fantastic too.
Yep.
Hotel California had to be on there. Just got edged out by Dimebag Darrell, believe it or not, today. And then I'm gonna go with I think is the best guitar solo by one of the bands that was already mentioned today. Shaun, I know you're not a big fan of it, but dude, I mean, how do we not go "Sweet Child of Mine" by Guns N' Roses? It's his best solo.
It was a coin flip for that one, dude. Those two are perfect.
So
amazing.
I'm trying to boost my votes here because I think those two are widespread. These are just everybody loves this song. So anyway,
all right. Well,
this is my back to back.
Didn't Slash say that's his worst song? He hates that song.
So I don't know about maybe because.
Well, I know the intro was supposed to be a joke.
It was a joke, yeah. It was like a carnival riff or something that he wrote as like a warm up thing, and it wound up being part of the song. So,
got it.
Anyway, all right, Kirk, we're gonna come back to you for another pick. What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. It's really hard not to go back to Eddie or Tom Morello or Slash and whatever. So I'm going to try and keep from doing that. I'm going to go with Brian May and Bohemian Rhapsody.
Good one. Mm-hmm. It's a very short solo. This is my only problem with it. It's not the best part of that song. It's the bridge to the best part of that song.
Well, the bridge, the best part of the song is after that. But I do love to. Yeah, I love that.
It is good. It is good.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with it, but it's just, yeah.
Anyway,
all right, so
Queen
Shaun,
is
we're coming
awesome.
back to you. You get 2 picks here. You get back-to-back picks.
Okay, I will say Queen is awesome. Queen's fantastic.
Brian May is underrated as a guitarist too. I will say that. You don't hear about him a lot.
Okay, I got 2 pretty unique ones here for you, and one of them we haven't talked about. Is because we haven't talked about just like straight up solo guitarists, people that don't sing, that are just guitarists, right? We haven't talked about those yet. This song I remember from, I think it was some kind of like Memorex or some kind of commercial that I heard this song on. It was either for CDs or a Walkman. Like what were the Discman, like Walkman discs?
Yeah,
Discman. Yeah. I forget. I don't remember if that's what it was for. It was something along those lines. It was some kind of electronics commercial. I'm going with Joe Satriani's "Summer Song," baby. If you've never heard, yes, yeah, Joe Satriani's "Summer Song" has it. The melody is the guitar. Obviously, it goes. Wow, he's using that wah wah pedal. Wow, 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 wow. That's all I'm gonna do. And it's just such a good hit, man. Good hit there. So "Summer Song." If you never heard it, go check out Joe Satriani. He's got some other great ones too. "Flying in a Blue Dream" and all that kind of stuff, you know. But that's one of them. And then this other band was put out in the wrong era. These guys belonged in the late 80s. And this is one of the most underrated bands, in my opinion. Fantastic musicians, fantastic singer. I'm going with The Darkness. I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Nice.
Yeah. I Believe in a Thing Called Love has a fantastic solo in it. And that band, I love that album. What is it? Bringing Home... Whatever, Welcome Home. Yeah. But yeah, that's a fantastic album, The Darkness.
Very weird music video, I will say that.
Oh, it's totally British. They're British guys. And so they're in space, right? They're on a spaceship or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude. Ralph Macchio and Crossroads. That was a killer thing. And speaking of guitar soloists, that was actually Steve Vai. Steve Vai played the devil in that movie, if anybody didn't know. Yeah, Steve Vai. That was a fantastic movie.
Nice.
So there you go.
I love that Darkness pick, though. The Darkness, great pick there.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's a good pick.
All right,
Kirk, back to you.
I'm going with, gosh. Flipping a coin here. All right, so I'm gonna go with Jimi Hendrix. Hey Joe.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
I would have picked.
Hey Joe.
I would have picked, and I also like Along the Watchtower too. But I would have picked the Star Spangled Banner, but it was already taken. Jimi Hendrix was in my top 4 guitarists. I've got to bring that in today.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with my favorite Tom Morello solo. Actually, I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going, and it was mentioned earlier in the chat. Audio Slave, Like a Stone.
Thank you.
That solo is so dang good. When you
amazing.
put Tom Morello and Chris Cornell in the same band, gold happens. And they were very short-lived, but they have so many dang good songs for Audio Slave. It's stupid. So yeah, that's where I'm going to go for my next one. And then my final one, I think I may just put this out there just for our friend Shaun out here. I'm going to put this out here. 90s grunge era. I love this solo. I think it gets overlooked a lot. Is it the most technical solo? No, but it fits perfectly in the song. And it's another one to my criteria that I mouth the solo every time it comes on. Collective Soul's Shine.
Oh,
I
beautiful.
love the solo. Yeah,
good
dude,
stuff.
it's it's a short solo. It's quick, but it fits so good in this song.
And you know what's crazy is that the album version, it's not heavy enough for me, right? Yeah. I mean, it's just so classic. Obviously, it's a classic song. But then, have you ever heard like them live? Like when
I've seen them live a couple times, dude. They're so good.
They bring that heaviness to that song. That song rocks, man. I saw a live performance where I actually saw them once live too, but the best performance I ever heard, they had a whole orchestra behind them.
Dude,
it was.
I watched that religiously as a youngin. Now let me tell you just real quick. I know we don't. My mom is a huge Collective Soul fan, still to this day. Loves Collective Soul. When I was in a band, we would have practice at my house because I was the drummer, so I wasn't bringing my drums everywhere, right? We had it at my house. We would play death metal in the back room, and my parents would blare Collective Soul to try to drown us out. And it was when that orchestra performance came out. They played with Atlanta Symphony because they're from Atlanta area, and they were. It's a great one, dude. I still listen to that album today. It's so good. But yeah, Shine in that one is so good.
Really good.
Have you heard Dolly Parton's cover of Shine?
No, yeah, but I love Dolly Parton.
Dude, that's pretty good. He talked about it during cover.
Yeah, he covers Shine, and it's not as good as Collective Soul, but it's cool to hear Dolly Parton sing it. But
I got it. Anyway,
yeah, that's my last pick.
Lovely pick, man. Awesome, love it.
All right, Kirk, you get your last one here.
All right, there's a couple more on my list, but they're just not as good as this, and we're gonna have to mention him for a third time. Tom Morello, Bulls on Parade. Tom Morello, Bulls on Parade. Dude, I can't even. That guy's just insane.
Yeah,
Bulls on Parade.
Phenomenal. Good.
Yeah, nice. All right, final pick, Mystery Relevant, the last guitar solo that we're going to mention tonight.
Okay, I'm going 80s. And somebody mentioned it in the chat way early in the show, and I was like, oh, no, it's already been mentioned. But I'm going with Dire Straits' Sultan of Swing.
Yes, that was the other pick. Yes!
That's a good one. I mean, and the fact that he plays with just his fingers is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, to be able to play.
Swing, dude, that whole song is just, God, it's like an anthem. Like, I just love listening to that, and I just go right into hanging out in front of a bar in 1985, bro. Like,
to me, this song is it doesn't sound like it, but it gives me the same vibes as the No Doubt one, where it's just real chill. Like it's bling 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 bling.
Yeah, there's not much distortion. There's not much distortion
so
at
chill.
all.
It's like jazz guitar.
But when he starts his part and takes it, he takes you for a journey.
Yeah, it's like I'm like cruising down like this road, like this winding road, listening to this song. It's a good song.
man. Everybody is itching just to hear that part, because and even though we're all musicians, I still can't count the measures when it's about to hit. I never can count, like, okay, here it comes. No, it's not. No, here it comes. No, it's not there yet. And then when it finally kicks, you're like, oh yeah, there it is. Oh, such a good song, such a good solo.
Yeah. Well, there we go, man. There's our
Foxx
mountain.
play. Hey, Foxx, can't wait, man. This is a tough one. We've got boss battles next week. Foxx is going to be on the show. Bring it, man. Bring it. So,
Hey, this is so good. This is a good mountain here. I love what we did.
this was a fun mountain. And there's so much more left, man.
I have so many.
This is what we're going to do.
Just for Derek, real quick, if Derek is still in the chat, I was going to put Tornado of Souls by Megadeth out there. So I know he said he really wanted a Megadeth song mentioned. I'm mentioning it, but it's not even a Benjamin for me. So there it is.
I wanted to do some Clapton, and there's a couple Eric Claptons that I had available.
I thought about being crazy and putting a bass solo out there because we just did guitar. It's a bass guitar, but it's not as good as any of the ones that we mentioned. But Metallica's Anesthesia Pulling Teeth is a cool little bass solo song.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, man. Well, Shaun, thanks for coming on again. Love doing this. Love hanging out with you. 90s Country was the last time he was on. Guitar solos this time. Top Gun guitar solo. Trumpet, I love you being here. Hopefully you get to come and hang out again. I have a special link just I'd love you guys to hear. It's a Billy Strings doing a classic Methodist hymn called Am I Born to Die by John Wesley. It's incredible. Send it over, man. Send it over. Hey, so and also Kevin, man, if you ever want to be on the show, man, you're knowledgeable. I love watching what you do. You're always welcome. We're booking Nostalgia right now. Nostalgia, Andy's like thinking we should probably change the name, but essentially, it's anything from our childhood, but it can kind of encompass music, video games, movies, TV, food, whatever, just something from your childhood. We're booking that now, and then sports we'll be booking after that, and then food. And it's crazy to think that we're already booking in August, and we're still in, just the beginning of March. But, hey, Shaun, tell everybody about Real Life Perspective. Anybody that's watching over at Real Life Perspective, hello. I know we're simulcasting. Come on over and visit sometime every Thursday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Come over and visit us if you'd like. Next week is another music. But, hey, tell everybody on our side, Shaun, about your channel, what you got going on. Maybe they just joined in and it's like, who's this crazy guy with 3D glasses on his head?
Well, I will say these give me my real life perspective, as in movie reel. I can't tell you how many times I get on these chats and everybody's like, so do you do a fishing channel or But if you want 90s and 80s and just fun times, man, there's just everything from trading cards to Comic-Cons to all kinds of just random fun stuff. Over on my TikTok, I can post all kinds of cool old commercials and things like My Pet Monster. Come on, My Pet Monster. Who remembers that? This is a golden book. I just picked up this in today. I've got they actually made some movies and like television series and things like that from all that kind of stuff. If you're into trading cards, look, I got this from Keith and Vintage Sports Flips. Won this I won some.
Speaking of Keith, if he's still here. I've got 2 packs to open from Keith as well.
Oh, nice! You got some Intergalactic. Look at that.
I got here. Hey, look at that.
Nice.
Where'd you go? I missed you. I can't see you. Oh yes. So you're gonna like that Intergalactic. I know your feelings on Garbage Book is, but the last 2 packs I bought from Keith were Intergalactic, and I got 2 hits out of them. And so
look, we'll just do that right now. Let's do that right now.
He brings the gold.
You out there? Here it is. Because this is our guy. So look.
Oh, we've become a pack ripping show. Whoa!
What?
Full
We've
screen
become
them.
a pack ripping show.
Hey,
Full
do
screen
you
it,
know how?
full screen it.
Yeah, full screen.
Okay.
Kirk. We got to see these. All right, we got.
You're very focused.
Pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. A little more. A little more.
Come on. There it is.
There it is. Adam Mack.
Adam Mick.
Mick. Okay.
Atomic.
So
That's a
Adam
fun
Mick.
word.
if you see something with a border on it, like a colored border, say that for last. Nice. There you go. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get the reference. I don't know the reference on that one. So a lot of these are from 70s and 80s and 90s movies and TV shows.
Mendel in Black.
Oh, we all know that one. There you go.
Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah, I love the Twilight Zone.
Uh,
That's the piggy one, right? The Pigmen. I remember that episode. They got a lot of good throwbacks.
Lavender. This is hard to read with these. How do you do these?
Yeah, take them off. Take them off. That's why I took them off. I just got to put them on.
Lavender Lalaurie. I don't know what that says.
It looks like, is that an alien of some kind?
Yeah. It looks like a Cthulhu or whatever. There it
From
is.
what? Oh, that's isn't that from Galaxy Quest? I don't know.
Demolition.
All right.
I don't know. Yep.
Uh-oh. Mad Maxine. Looks like a hit, maybe. Something.
Oh, you got a border. Does it have a number on the back? Does it numbered on the back?
And then another
Look at the back.
border.
Look at the
Pacific
back of
Rim.
it.
So I think the green ones are just colored base ones, but double check the back of them. It'll say in one of the corners if it's numbered something out of something.
Oh, yeah. This Mad Maxine, 60 out of 99.
Nice, dude. You got a hit on your pull, on your rip, dude. Way to go, man. Congratulations.
This one is just regular Pacific Tim.
That's
All
awesome.
right, man.
That's awesome.
No, Keith.
And Max.
Then this other pack is 91 football. I'll do that another time.
Hey, I got this from Keith while we're showing cards off just to show you guys for the Rushmore show.
Dude, where's oh, look at this
There's
card.
George
Yeah,
Clark.
W for the win. W for the win. Mad Maxine.
So look at this
Look at
card
the-
Cannon pulled. We opened on his show.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. That's perfect for your channel, man.
It was a dinosaurs pack. Man, everybody is rolling out. They just said, "Peace, we're out 10."
Yeah,
we're down to 10. So hey, let's tell everybody good night. So hey, Shaun, thanks for being here. We'd love to have you again. You want us over to do some, dude? You know what? I have to be honest, man. I really enjoyed playing those games with you guys those last couple times. You haven't done it in a minute, but
Jackbox games. Yeah.
we were playing the Jackbox games. I had a good time, man. So I was telling Andy, I was like, man, we got to do some Jackbox too. But
I will
that was
say this.
fun. It was a good old time.
Thanks, Bill. We'll do it again soon. I will say this. I'm going to do another game night. So I did Five Nights at Freddy last Friday. I've never played the game. And I got to tell you, I've never had more views on a live stream than playing that game. So I'm going to be doing, I'm trying to do a schedule where one Friday a month or one show a month, I'm going to do a real life game night. And then I'll have a guest on, and then I'll do an open mic where everybody's invited. I'll do a giveaway, and then something else. I don't know however many Fridays there are, but I want to try to get this thing rolling. Where and one Friday is a Hops and Hits with Keith, vintage sports flips. We've got Soda City flips / rips, and we got his buddy Andy where we get together and we rip packs together. That's once a month as well. Tomorrow night. I wouldn't say I'm a Christian channel. I am a Christian. I'm totally open to say it. I'm totally cool with it. I am a PG-13 at sometimes, because I do like to have some brewskis and things like that on my channel. But I am 100% Christian. I will say that. But like tomorrow night, for example, I have a Garbage Pail Kids sketch artist. He's going to come on, and he's gonna draw for us live a Garbage Pail Kid sketch live.
Of you?
No, I can't tell you. We've been talking about it. I will say I've had one on before, and he drew me Zebo the Clown from Are You Afraid
Yeah,
of
I
the
saw
Dark?
I remember that. Don't
So
you have it like? Wasn't it in your backdrop for a while?
Back on my side over here, it used to be the Nick Avenue cam. Now it's no longer that. It's I've changed it up so many different times. But yeah, he drew me that. But this is a different artist. Another artist is coming on. He has a different style and everything. So we're gonna be talking. I know you guys don't really dig on it, but we're gonna be doing our top 90s horror movies from 1990 to 1995 tomorrow.
We did horror movies.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought it's like, I don't really dig on. See, I don't really dig on horror movies anymore since I had kids, but I did back in the 90s, in the 80s, that kind of stuff. So
as long as it's not. I don't dig horror movies, but I definitely can appreciate them as long as they're not demonic or involving children. I just can't do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but anyways, man, awesome stuff, and I'll definitely be over there. Five Nights at Freddy's. We had two of the actors on our show a while back.
I saw that one. I'll never forget that show because I was driving in the car with my family, and we were rolling over to Sonic to get some grub, and we were watching it, and I was like, because I hadn't let my son, my oldest, really wanted to watch the movie. I was like, no, it's not appropriate for your age, son, But I was like, hey, look, he's got the actors from the movie on there, because we watched the trailer and everything, and so he was so excited to be sitting there watching it with me, anyway, so yeah, I definitely watched that episode.
Yeah, those guys were pretty awesome. At least we the short that we put out for that is the highest viewed thing we've ever done. Five Nights at Freddy's is just crazy. So
thanks, Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce, we love you guys. Kevin, I just got your Instagram. I'm going to check it out after the show. Hey, next week Foxx is going to be on boss level themes, and then we're doing guitar duos. So if you like guitars, come on back. Hey, John Holder's showing up in the house.
Yeah, he and I coached baseball with our kids last season.
Well,
so
our first game is tomorrow.
Oh,
and
nice.
we're going to have a tough year this year compared to last year. We're going to struggle. I'm pretty sad about it.
I don't know.
But anyways, let's tell everybody good night. Next week is going to be awesome, and we're excited to see you guys. Go vote. Go drop your comments, and make sure you hit the like button before you head out. And we'll see you guys soon. We are less than 200 hours away from monetization. So if you're sitting around at work, throw that thing up in the background for us and help us out. Help our brothers out. Man, Andy, tell everybody good night.
Hey,
put my sunglasses on.
Let's say good night like we always get. I can't because I'm blind. I would not be able to see.
Hey, but I want to thank before we say goodnight.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it. It's always good hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, man.
And we love you, man.
Pretty much every week.
Awesome to have you guys as friends.
Yeah, we love it. We're gonna come check out your show tomorrow because I'm gonna enjoy seeing that.
Wait, last minute, Andy, you going live tomorrow?
I might, but I'm probably gonna be listening to Led Zeppelin all day. So who knows?
All right.
Maybe I'll go live listening to Led Zeppelin. We'll turn into a live cleaning channel. Anyway, it's time to say goodnight, and let's do it like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four.
And nothing more. Peace.